Simone Biles, Noah Lyles, Leon Marchand. These athletes have won big these 2024 Olympics, breaking barriers that were originally thought to be impossible for humankind. And every single year, it seems that new records are shattered. The physical peak of humanity on highlight for display of the world. But what is it that actually sets these athletes apart? Obviously, they were born with incredible physical gifts that have enabled them to have success in their sport. Michael Phelps has what has been described as many as the perfect swimmer's build. Phelps stands at 6'4", wingspan measures 6'7", his torso and limb proportions enable him the maximum success in his sport. Maybe it was a gene that allowed muscle to be built more quickly, or to operate in a way different than most other people. And the physicality and the physical training and the genetic makeup definitely play a large role in the success of our Olympians. Most Olympic athletes start training at a young age and dedicate their lives to the mastery of their sport. You'd be hard pressed to find an athlete that started competing later in life. So genes and training obviously play a huge role in what makes an Olympian, but it leaves out one important ingredient that success is impossible without, and something that, unlike the others, anyone of any age can train to have, and that's an Olympic mindset. The term Olympic mindset has definitely been spread and used around for many years. People define it as a mindset that involves resilience, determination, and a strong focus on goals. But what exactly does it mean? Oftentimes, this mindset is enough to separate someone with lesser physical abilities to become better than someone with more. It's pretty rare to find a gold or even silver or bronze winning Olympic athlete that didn't demonstrate a certain mindset and motivation. It's even common for players and athletes to have mindset and mental health coaches nowadays. In their book, Peak Performance, Brad Stulberg and Steve Magnus explore the science of high performance across various domains, including athletes, and start to answer the question, what is it that makes up the mindset that allows Olympic athletes the success that they endure, and how do they go about achieving that? The first answer they came to was the equation stress plus rest equals growth. The book highlights that stress followed by adequate rest leads to growth and growing in a field. For Olympic athletes, this principle is critical as their training regimens are designed to push their bodies to the limit. However, without proper recovery, such stress can lead to burnout or injury. The author stressed the importance of recovery techniques such as sleep, proper nutrition, and mental rest, which are crucial for athletes to perform at their best. This is a balance that all people can take something from. Without adequate amounts of both deep and light rest, your body cannot recharge and regenerate as much as it needs to perform at your peak. It's been proven time and time again that humans do not have the ability to estimate and feel how sleep deprived they actually are, or notice their deficit in cognitive abilities. But while sleep is important, without an adequate challenge and vessel to put that rested energy towards, you'll get nowhere either. The second element they discovered was purpose and motivation. Stolberg and Magnus argued that having a deep sense of purpose can drive sustained effort and resilience. Olympic athletes often have a clear purpose, whether it's winning a medal, setting a record, or representing their country, which fuels their commitment to rigorous training and competition. The book suggests that aligning daily actions with these larger purposes can help athletes stay motivated even when they face setbacks. Even people at the very top after they've won gold many times continue to give themselves motivation. You can see this in how every big athlete always needs an enemy. Michael Jordan, always taking everything personal.
It became personal with me.
Or LeBron James, saying they never really believe and always creating an enemy in his mind and in his speeches.
So what everybody say about me off the court don't matter. I ain't got no words.
Both these athletes are at the top of their game, yet they continue to make things to rile them up in their minds. Without purpose and motivation, there's no fuel to your actions. There's no driving force. I always remind myself of my why, to keep myself going, my reason for doing what I do. Your purpose should stare you in the face, and over time, it should evolve. For an athlete just starting out, their original mission, the purpose, is to probably just make the Olympics, compete for their country on the world stage, or to compete in their craft for a living. But once they're there, the goal becomes the goal. And once they win the goal is to do it again and again and break all the records. Your purpose must not only be at the forefront of everything you do, but be constantly evolving as you evolve. The third element was the power of habits. The authors discuss how habits form the foundation of peak performance. For Olympic athletes, developing consistent routines, whether it's in training, diet, or mental preparation, allows them to perform consistently at a high level. These routines maximize decision fatigue and ensure that every aspect of their preparation is optimized. Every one of us can build up the habits that we need to find success in our lives. Even if it's not waking up at 5 to train for your sport, what are you training for? What do you need the most to complete your goals at the fullest ability? And what habits can you stack to get there? The fourth element was the importance of mental training. Peak performance emphasized that mental conditioning is as important as physical training. Olympic athletes benefit from techniques such as visualization, mindfulness, and focusing on the process rather than the outcome. These mental strategies help athletes handle pressure, stay focused, and bounce back from failures. The author describes a scenario where elite track runners are taught to concentrate on specific aspects of their race, such as their form, their breathing, or the rhythm of their strides, instead of fixating on the end result, like winning the race or setting a personal record. This approach helps the athletes stay present and execute their performance with precision rather than getting overwhelmed by the pressure of the outcome. In every little bit of a race, every little bit of attention matters. Getting overexcited or pulled away can lose you the milliseconds that you need to win. When taking this outside of the Olympic world and into your own life, we can take two main principles. Idea number one is to focus in on the present moment and in mindfulness, and not get caught up in the end result unspoken goal. And number 2, break the goal into manageable strides that can be completed with precision. By incorporating each of these principles into our lives, we can begin to achieve Olympic levels of success in the things that we do. If your goal is to start a business and be an entrepreneur, then there is an Olympic mindset that you can build to shape and get those results. If your goal is to get into great physical shape, then there's an Olympic mindset that will help you crush that goal. If your goal is in relationships, whether romantic, familial, or community, then there's an Olympic mindset to develop the best you can. While we may not possess the same physical gifts, allow these Olympians to achieve the success that they have in their respective sports, we can use their success to learn the mindset, incorporate it into our lives to achieve similar successes towards our goals and motivations in our lives.